that is me. I am your life coach, my friends. Life coach, call me right now, 1-800-252-1025, or we happily take your emails at lifecoach@kzok.com. Life Coach brought to you by Goldberg Jones Divorce Women. Call 1-800-DIVORCE. Hey, let's talk to Gary in Oso. Hello, Gary. How the hell are you? Gary, you there, bro? Oh, this will make me sad. Gary called up about the specific thing I said, you know, if somebody's texting somebody and didn't do it.
Oh,
hey, cool, we're having some problems with our phone. Ooh, shocker. Gary, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Right, what's up, buddy? What's your problem?
Well, me and my old lady, we've been having problems, and, you know, I've always thought she's been cheating on me and everything.
Hey, let me ask you one thing there, Gary. Does your girlfriend know that you call her your old lady? They hate that.
No, I don't call her to my old lady in front of her face.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, smart move, man. All right, you're smart. What's up, man?
But anyway, we've been having problems, and I cheated on her 2 years ago, and I confessed to it.
Why? Why'd you confess, man?
Because it came out, I confessed. I felt bad.
Was she doing the, hey, Gary, I know what you did. I know what it is. Did you do that thing?
I did that thing.
Yeah, okay.
A lot of times people feel guilty, and their way
I've done that.
Dude,
I did. The last one, the big one with the ex-wife that kind of made her my ex-wife, that was, I confessed like an idiot. But that's why I'm your life coach, because I learned from my mistakes. More from you, Gary. Go ahead.
We lived 200 miles apart at that time. I was a heavy drug user at that time, and I knew I had to get away from it, so I got away from drugs, and I moved 200 miles north to be with her. And I finally confessed to everything. I started going back to NA, and last week I looked on my phone records, and she's texting two numbers over 1,000 times a week.
Over 1,000 times a week?
A week.
Does your girlfriend wear a helmet when she texts? That's the stupidest thing I ever heard. 1,000 times a week. She's not even hiding from you, Gary.
Well, I called these numbers, and it ended up to be two different guys.
Now, do you know her? Did you ask what's your relationship with these guys?
She says they're friends.
I don't text my friends 1,000 times. The only time I texted like that, and I can see it, because, you know, I miss the texting craze, when Amy and I first got together. We couldn't be out of each other's sight for 5 minutes. If she was in the next room, I miss you in the next room. Aren't I cute? I'm in the next room, and I miss you, too. I'm so cute. You do that in the beginning of a relationship. Dude, I hate it. So have you asked her to her face, are you cheating?
Yes, she says she's not cheating. She hasn't cheated. But she has no interest in our relationship, and she moved out this morning.
Oh, well, that took a weird turn right there, didn't it? All right, so then what is your question for me?
Last Saturday, we got back together, and I really worked on it. We had the best day we've had in 2 years.
Yeah?
Monday, when she went to work, she texted one of those numbers 150 times that day. Texted me 2 times.
Yeah, all right. Is your question for me, is my girlfriend cheating? Because the answer is yes. There's no way. And even if she's not going there, even if that's a New York City number or a Texas number and she's not going, so what? If that guy, anybody is getting that much of your girlfriend's attention, that's outlandish, man.
That's crazy.
When was the last time she called you 150 times? That's the last time she texted you 150 times a day. If she's not having sex with this guy, she's committing moral and heart and emotional adultery. If your question for me is, does she cheat? Yeah, she's cheating emotionally or physically. I don't care which. I don't love it. Do you want to know if you should stay with her? You know what? I say, you know what? You cheated, and she let you back in. I say you tell her your parameters, what's okay, and if she accepts that and say, you're not texting these two guys, because you have a right, even if it's innocent, Gary. Now, follow me here. If you tell her, she says it's innocent, you said, I believe you. It just hurts my feelings, and why isn't that enough? You're my old lady. It should just be enough that it hurts me, that it breaks my heart that you're texting some guy 150 times a day just for my well-being. Don't do it. If she doesn't say okay to that, she doesn't love you, but I think she'll do it and try and get away with stuff. But you know what? You can give her another chance. You got one. You can give her another chance. I don't like your girlfriend personally, and I do like you, so I think you're getting mistreated, and I think you deserve better. But what the heck? Because I can tell you with some sincerity here and real faith in this, it's going to go all to hell no matter what. This relationship is doomed, buddy. I'm sorry, but it is. It's doomed. Whether it's you and your cheating ways, you fall back on drugs, which I certainly hope you do not, or that you're going to cheat again, or that she's cheating right now. I would say take whatever makes you happy for the time being, because sooner or later this relationship is going to crash. Sorry about it, but that's what's going to happen. Thanks, Gary. Please hang in and keep going to Narcotics Anonymous.
800-252-1025. You need to call that number right now if you've got a problem and need some help, because Danny can help you.
I can.
Call. Bill and Linwood, you're up next.
Hey, Bill, how are you?
Good.
What's up?
Hey, I've got a step-grandson that is having some drug problems, and both his parents are junkies.
Oh, gee, that's sad, man, because you know what? If you got a kid with a drug problem, he's going to get some help from the parents. If you get some parents with a drug problem, you can get help and support from the kids and things like that. But this kid's in real trouble. If he's got a drug problem and so do his parents, this is not going to go well, I don't think. So what's your question?
Well, you know, I've kind of followed you over the years, and I know you had some problems. And you know what finally got your attention? I mean, my wife and I have pretty much raised him, and he just won't quit. So we've kicked him out, and now he's back with his parents.
Okay, but first of all, good for you, Bill. I'll bet that was hard to kick him out, but that was the right thing. Absolutely. I mean, I don't know how old you are, but you've lived enough life where you get to relax now. You're a grandparent. This should be done. Love the kid, support him any way you want, but you should not have him under your roof. You deserve better. So what is your question for me?
Well, what finally got your attention?
Well, I'll tell you, I can't. It's hard to put my finger on what exactly. This is my third marriage, and she hates being lumped in. But what can I do? You asked the question. My first wife begged me to stop drinking. Begged me to stop drinking. She actually did it in Japanese. How difficult is that? Please stop drinking in a foreign language. Then my second wife, and that lasted 18 years with kids. Begged, stop all this nothing. I mean, I tried. I didn't just ignore it. I tried. I think, and this is the only thing, and this is what I said, I think yesterday about kids, 15-year-olds, 18-year-olds in rehab. I had finally had enough. I didn't want it anymore. I couldn't take it anymore. The body couldn't take it anymore. People laughing at me for falling downstairs as though I couldn't take it anymore. But the reason that what got my attention is I wanted it for me. You know, Sarah can beg me all day. Danny, it's for the show. You slur your words. You suck. You shouldn't drink. Come on, don't drink for us. Couldn't do it. I just got too beat up to want to continue, and that's the problem. Your grandson's a kid, right?
He's 18.
Yeah, I see. It's hard. You know, they're resilient. They bounce back, those little 18-year-olds. But there's plenty of help out there that does work. Some of those 18-year-olds that I went to, and even 15-year-olds that I went to rehab with, got sober. I know personally, I know a 14-year-old that never drank again. That girl is probably around 25 now, so it can happen. And I'll give you a couple of resources right now because we talk about this a lot, and I wish you and your grandson very well going. Evergreen Manor is a great place in Everett. You got a pencil out there, Bill?
Yeah, he's been everywhere you can go. He's been down to Green Hill and Chehalis.
Well,
he's been to treatment centers.
Don't give up.
I think it's like you said. You have to finally decide that you've just had enough. I mean, I'm 62, and I grew up when drugs were, you know, everything. And I saw a lot of people fall by the side and not get up. And some people just finally decided.
Well, since we can't make your grandson take the beating that he's definitely going to take and has to survive. That's the big thing, to survive the beating that's coming his way. But at the same time, you know, if we're waiting for that moment, he's just going, okay, I've had enough. My head hurts all the time. Nobody likes me. Nobody will let me in their house. And this is like personal stuff with me. I stole my friend's watches once when I was on drugs. When you just can't stand it another day, you might get sober, but that's the point. When you say you've been everywhere, he should get somewhere. So I'll give you that number again. These are the people that have made themselves available to us. The Evergreen Manor in Everett. It's 425-258-2407. So, hey, by the way, whatever your son's name, you kept his name out, and that's probably a smart move. But tell him I wish him my best, okay? And I wish you my best too, Bill. Thanks.
Any kind of question you have, Danny can help you. Just make the call to 800-252-1025 or email lifecoach@kzok.com. Becky in Seattle has sent an email. My husband and I have been married 8 years. The last 4 haven't been so good. It's to the point where he finds everything about me annoying. Now that I've decided I'm not so bad, I want him to quit telling me that I'm irritating. He doesn't seem to think counseling will do us any good.
He's wrong.
He has no ideas, though, about what we can do to improve things. Every attempt at discussion turned into a battle he must win. I just don't know if I love him anymore, and he doesn't seem to love me. But I believe in marriage, and I like being married generally. Any suggestions, or do you think it's over and I should just call it quits?
You know what? I don't have enough info for you to tell you that your marriage is dead and doomed. I think I'm not in love in the scenario that your husband does. But, we always say in this, Danny can help you because he's been through everything. And it's it's really, really true. And I will tell you this, my wife's version of, I like myself now. I'm not going to take this anymore. My ex-wife's version of that was, I was so mad. We were in bed, and I knew it meant I wanted a divorce. She said, you know what, Danny? I think this is really my time to spread my wings. And really? You're 40-something. It just means you want a divorce. I know what this means. And she did. That's, I think, what you need to do is you need to tell your husband you like yourself and that you will not tolerate for another minute. I mean, the second he says the house is messy or something, you don't have to get a divorce. But you just tell him, hey, I like myself. I like being me, and I'm not going to tolerate you telling me, what's wrong in my life. I'm going to tolerate you telling me what's right. And if you don't, I like myself, and I will find company and happiness and other things elsewhere. And I'm pretty sure your husband will jump to attention because I don't think it's been brought to his attention. Treat this woman better. She's out the door. She likes herself now. She's going to go. And I think he'll jump to and start treating you better. And if not, the choice is always yours to leave. And if he doesn't get better and doesn't treat you better, I think it's the best choice. Good luck and Godspeed on that one.
Madison in Seattle, you are the next caller for Danny Bonaduce, life coach.
Hey, Madison, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. I like your name. I think that's very cool, Madison.
It's spelled with a T, so that's pretty.
Oh, Matty-son. Matty-son. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so what can I do for you?
Okay, so I've been dating this guy for about 4 or 5 months, and I'm 16 and he's 18.
Yeah.
I probably see him about once a week, and he's cheated on me twice. Not anything physical that I know of, but it's more been emotional-wise, like talking to other girls. He actually went out with another girl on my birthday.
Oh, well, he's scum. Because first when you said, he's talking to other girls, I'm thinking, Madison, calm down. This is not the do-all, end-all, because he's a kid and he's talking to other kids. But did you ask him, don't you want to be with me on my birthday?
Wait, say that again?
Didn't he want to be with you on your birthday?
His excuse was he didn't want to be at my bonfire because he didn't want to see me plastered. Which I wasn't, by the way.
So what? Can I just tell you, I'd have run to be by your bonfire. If I was a kid, to be at another kid's bonfire, where was the bonfire? What beach or wherever it was?
It was at my house. I live on a lake, so.
Weren't your parents on a lake? I was going, well, don't start a bonfire in your house, young lunatic. But I think it's adorable, and it really drives me crazy. But let me walk a mile in his moccasins for a second. Do you get drunk at big public outings?
I can name how many times I've gotten plastered, like blackout drunk on one hand, and it's only been 3 times.
All right. Correct me if I'm wrong, you guys in the studio with me and my friend Madison.
All right.
I'm going to tell her how many times it's okay for a 16-year-old to get blackout drunk, and that is never. 0. You don't get to get Do you know what can... you know what? I don't want to sound like your dad here, but do you know what can happen to a beautiful 16-year-old like you when she's unconscious and likely going to have no memory of events? You don't even know what happened. Anything can happen to you. Shame, 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 Madison. Stop drinking to blackout. And I'm not even going to tell you stop drinking. If you can drink and not wreck your life, then you go and drink. That's what 16-year-olds do. Be very careful. But don't get so blackout drunk. It's really dangerous. And I love you. And you spell your name with a T, and it's all cool like that.
But doesn't she need to dump this dude?
You know what? Here's what I'm going to tell her. You're right there. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Take none of this too seriously. Here's what you sound like in my head, and I don't mean any disrespect. I love you, but here's what it sounds like. He wants to be with somebody else. It's my birthday, and he said, I don't care. I don't want to see you. It's all kid stuff. It's all cool. Have so much fun with this guy.
At that age, too, 16 and 18 is such a big age difference.
Yeah, it is. He can vote, for God's sakes. But you should just live life and have so much fun. That's why I'm telling you to be careful, because the fun can get ahead of you on this one. But, he talks to another girl, break up with them. Don't break up with them. Do whatever you want to do. You are the top of the food chain. You're a 16-year-old chick in America. It rocks to be you, Madison. If your boyfriend's a creep, dump him. If he's a creep and you want to stay with him because you love him, stay with him because you'll break up with him next week. It's all good to be you. Thank you very much for the call, Madison. I appreciate it. Hey, that's all the time we have for Danny Bonaduce, life coach right there. Life coach brought to you by Goldberg Jones. Divorce for men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE.